Bible declares to us in Romans chapter 12 and verse 15 when it says, rejoice with them that do rejoice. If other people are rejoicing, it didn't say become envious over them, over what they're rejoicing about, but it says to rejoice with them that do rejoice. I just give you a word of caution here that whenever something good is happening for you, you ought to look around out of the corner of your eye and see who in the room is clapping for you. And you ought to take note of other folks that are envious, that's got a certain kind of expression on you while you are being celebrated and somebody else is looking with an envious kind of a look on their face, and they're not even clapping for you and celebrating. You ought to just check out the room every now and then when good things are happening to you. But you see, the truth of the matter is that things are not always as they appear. Because just because you don't see a person's struggle doesn't mean that they don't have one. It's easy to trick human eyes, but you can never trick the eyes of the Lord. But I would say this to you, that to keep envy at bay in your life, get your eyes off others and focus them on God. Get your eyes off of others and focus them on your assignment. Get your eyes off others and focus them on your blessings, You know why? Because envy eats at joy and it blinds you to your own blessings. So get your eyes off others and focus them on your blessings. Get your eyes off others and focus them on your current opportunities. Get your eyes off of others and focus them on the things that you can control. Now it's a screenshot time. But get them on the things. Get your eyes off of other people and get them focused on God, on your assignment, on your blessings, on your current opportunities, and get your eyes on the things that you can control. You know, it's amazing that people would waste their time envying the greener grass in somebody else's field when they have the same opportunity and power to be able to cultivate their own field, water and fertilize their own grass and make it just as green as they want to. Put some nitrogen in your soil. Listen, these are really not my words. You know where I got that from? I got it from the Bible. Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 11. Listen what it says. Those who work their land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies have no sense. Now notice that. Those who work their land, work your own land. Tell somebody next to you, work your land, work your land, work your land, fertilize your land, water your land. Put the nutrients there in your land. Those who work their land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies have no sense. I'm so glad I didn't say that. But I would say this, you know, as things happen in life, because you live long enough and you realize that not everything comes according to the way that you imagined it to be. Because things happen. Things happen. Nobody planned on getting sick. Nobody plans on divorce. Nobody plans on losing a child or losing a friend. Nobody plans on negative things happening in their world. Nobody plans on flunking a class. Nobody plans on an untimely death in your life. Nobody plans on litigation being forged against you. You don't plan. Things happen. But let me just remind you that we are not like those who have no hope. Because flexibility is a superpower. The people of God, we have to be flexible. Be flexible. Isn't it amazing that the palm tree, because of its flexibility, it bends during the storm but doesn't break? And if you have flexibility, you'll stop breaking so much. Be flexible. I mean, I'm so glad that we have stretch labs now for people who are not so flexible, because the older that you get, the more intentional that you have to be about bending, because it's a chore. I mean, I used to really volunteer, and just easily pick something up. I was standing at the register the other day, and a man who had, he had some obviously osteo issues going on because he was walking with 2 canes. I'm like, dude, why don't you just get a walker? Maybe he had too much pride for it, but he had 2 canes. He had a left one and a right one. And he's standing there at the register trying to navigate all of this, and he drops one of his canes. And I stoop down to pick it up. And I'm like, dude, I need to be on the clock. This is a long way down. I'm a tall dude. He was so grateful. I could tell that he had not had much kindness extended to him. He looked up at me because he was not my race. And he looked up at me and he said, God bless you. I'm like, this is intuitive for me. I was raised during a time where you served people and not yourself. That's what community is about. It's about seeing somebody and helping them and serving them without any expectation of a tip. Am I the only one who is sick of folks with their arms hanging out about a tip? I help people on the plane all of the time. I see women struggling to put their luggage in the overhead. And I'm like, I don't want to injure my back either. But I don't want them to injure theirs. And it's amazing that he has strengthened my back to be able to help them. It's my pleasure. And I don't work for the airline, but I'm blessed to bless. And so I'm just thankful to God for flexibility. Flexibility is a superpower.